Would you like to get from Washington, D.C. to New York City in less than 30 minutes? Well, here's how. Elon Musk and SpaceX have teamed up to create a fifth method of transportation, the hyperloop. The hyperloop is an elevated pod that travels through an underground tube at speeds of up to 700 miles per hour. So how does it work?
Drag is one of the big sources of energy loss in any vehicle we have nowadays, right? So if you're driving your car, you've got a lot of drag that's slowing you down, right? So the gas you're putting in isn't giving you as much energy essentially as it could give you because of drag. You've also got another source of energy loss, which is rolling friction, right? So that's your tires contacting the ground. So the hyperloop concept tries to remove both sources, right? So now that you have no pressure, no air inside this tube, you don't have drag.
SpaceX has created a nationwide competition for undergraduates to design and present functional prototypes for the hyperloop. Annually, the University of Maryland's 72-member engineering competition team, UMD Loop, has submitted award-winning designs to SpaceX. What is the physics behind it?
I'm going to talk a little bit about magnetic levitation, which is a concept that some high-speed trains use and what we use on our project here at Maryland.
Permanent magnet, and you move it across a conductive surface. And as you increase the speed that you move this magnet, you get a lift force which pushes the magnet up and a drag force which pushes the magnet in the opposite direction of motion. So when we want to go really fast and we want to levitate, that lift force is what we utilize. And then when we want to start braking and slowing down, we use that drag force. So on the bottom of our pod, we call it, it's like our big car, we have several arrays of these magnets all in a row. So basically once we reach about 5 meters per second, we levitate off the ground at about 0.2 inches. So it's a really small margin, but it's enough that we don't have to deal with friction from wheels or anything like that. So it allows us to go up to about 100 meters per second, which is like 250 miles per hour about. We also use this for our braking arrays, like I said. So as we move magnets closer to this aluminum track, it slows us down whenever we basically want to slow down. So once we reach the end of this tunnel that we're traveling in, we actuate our brakes and then it slows us down.
It's moving at a certain velocity, right? And you can translate the rotational velocity of that to a linear velocity, right? So what this is doing is basically that. It's designed such that its rotational velocity at a certain point on the disk is equivalent to a linear velocity we want to test at. You want to test everything like you fly it. Is a big quote in aerospace, right? You want to know exactly what it's going to do before it does it.